Chapter 31, Meeting Halfway, The Brave One Wins. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Boy, you beat the fat guy. Zhao Wuji looked at Muchen up and down. Muchen was not very old, and his fighting ability was not that high. It seemed that Muchen was easy to bully. Some time ago, Zhao Wuji got the guidance of Haotian Douluo Tang Hao, and was worried that there was no place to try his skills. So what? Muchen said lightly. If so, then I didn't find the wrong person. Zhao Wuji said with his hands folded. Do you want to help him get back? Muchen asked thoughtfully. That's right. No one can bully my Shrek Academy. Zhao Wuji nodded. You big guy, do you still have shame? You beat a young one, and here comes an old one. I feel ashamed for you. Xiao Wu said for Muchen. Ding dong. Congratulations, you have triggered the second test of chaos and defeated Zhao Wuji. If you complete the task, you will be rewarded with a 10,000-year soul ring, a skill point, and abundant soul power. If you fail to complete the task, the system will not punish you in view of the huge difference in strength between the two sides. Fuck, another hidden task was triggered. Muchen was overjoyed. He was worried about not being able to have a complicated relationship with Shrek Academy. At this time, he met Zhao Wuji and triggered a hidden task. The hidden task can reward Muchen with a 10,000-year soul ring, a skill point, and abundant soul power. The reward can be said to be very generous. In addition, the system is very user-friendly. Even if Muchen fails to complete the task, there is no punishment. Could it be that God is also helping Muchen complete his second test of chaos? Whatever you say, little girl, I heard that he has good combat experience. I haven't found a good opponent for a long time. It's a good opportunity to stretch my muscles and have a fight with him. Zhao Wuji was very thick-skinned and completely ignored Xiao Wu's words. Buzz, Zhao Wuji said as he approached Muchen step by step. Every time Zhao Wuji took a step, a soul ring would fall from his head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The colors were yellow, yellow, purple, purple, black, black, black. There were 7 soul rings. 7 soul rings meant that the opponent was a soul saint of more than 70 levels. Xiao Wu's eyes were full of worry for Muchen, but she was also relieved for herself. Zhao Wuji was a soul saint, not a soul Douluo, so he couldn't see through her soul beast identity. Her brother Muchen, although he had great combat experience, was still doomed to fail when facing a soul saint. The level gap between the two sides is too great. Soul saint. Xiao Wu was shocked and looked at the citizens who were attracted. Since Muchen is not Zhao Wuji's opponent, the only way is to create public pressure and let Zhao Wuji leave without face. At that moment, Xiao Wu sneered. A soul saint in his 40s actually bullied a 12-year-old second-ring great soul master. Shrek Academy is really a good academy. A man in his 40s bullies a child. Do you still have shame? Yes. Your students are not as good as others. That's because you are incompetent. If you have the ability, teach him and then defeat others. That's right, this teacher called Shrek Academy is really shameless. Xiao Wu's words immediately took effect. The citizens watching the excitement around pointed at Zhao Wuji, the soul power condensed into a powerful King Kong bear behind Zhao Wuji. Don't say that my Shrek Academy teachers are bullying. You are a soul master, oh, a second-ring great soul master. I will give you a chance today. I will not use my martial soul. As long as you can hold out for an incense stick under my hands, I will leave immediately without saying anything. Otherwise, you will join my Shrek Academy. Zhao Wuji said with a smile, those who can defeat Ma Hongjun have reached the admission threshold of Shrek Academy with their talent. By then, Shrek Academy will definitely add another little monster. Okay, no problem. But what if you lose? Muchen asked. Lose? Zhao Wuji looked stunned. Muchen didn't ask if he had done it and survived an incense stick, but if Zhao Wuji was defeated by him. Yes. If you lose, what will happen? Muchen asked with a smile. What a joke, how could I lose? Zhao Wuji chuckled confidently. There will be frost in June. Who can predict everything in the world? What will you do if you lose? Muchen asked. If I lose. If I lose. Tell me, if I lose, what do you want to do? Zhao Wuji asked. If you lose, then promise me 3 things. Muchen said. 3 things. What are they? Zhao Wuji asked. I haven't thought of them yet. I'll tell you when I think of them. Don't worry, these 3 things are definitely not for you to call me grandpa or for you to kowtow to me. Muchen said lightly, Zhao Wuji. Zhao Wuji was shocked. Douluo only proposed 1 condition to him, but the young man in front of him actually said 3. Why, are you scared? Muchen chuckled. Nonsense, how could I, Zhao Wuji, be scared? Zhao Wuji replied without thinking. With a wave of his hand, he took out a stick of incense from the storage soul guide, lit it, and stuck it on the ground. I'm going to start. Zhao Wuji reminded. After speaking, Zhao Wuji raised a confident arc at the corner of his mouth, stepped hard on the sole of his foot, and attacked Muchen rapidly. Sharingan. In a hurry, Muchen activated the magical power Sharingan. Under the inside of the Sharingan, he detected the weak soul power fluctuation. Muchen stepped hard on the sole of his foot at the same time, and slid to the left, narrowly avoiding Zhao Wuji's attack. After failing to hit him, Zhao Wuji felt more satisfied with Muchen. Such a quick reaction ability is not even possessed by Dai Mubai of Shrek Academy. Dean, look, that person is the one you are looking for, Muchen. Muchen and Zhao Wuji, who were fighting, had not noticed that Tang San and Flanders had arrived here. This trip Flanders wanted to enter Soto City, meet Yu Xiaojiang's requirements, and go to the Rose Hotel to invite Muchen to join his Shrek Academy. Is that him? Flanders looked surprised, thinking to himself, I actually ran into them halfway. Could it be that God blesses Shrek Academy? Yes, they have already started fighting. To avoid misunderstanding, I will stop them. Tang San stepped forward anxiously. Wait, let's see first. Zhao Wuji gently patted Tang San's shoulder, signaling Tang San to be patient. With his other hand supporting the frame of his glasses, he wanted to see what was so special about this young man who was highly recommended by Yu Xiaojiang. Chapter 32 You Lost. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hide. Let me see where you are hiding. Zhao Wuji smiled confidently and spun on the spot, releasing his forward momentum. Immediately afterwards, he attacked Muchen again. Seeing Zhao Wuji's attack, Muchen raised the corners of his mouth slightly, retracted the palm of his right hand slightly, and then suddenly stretched it forward. Xian level low-level fighting skills fire palm. The soul power was squeezed, and a terrifying impact force erupted from the palm of Muchen's right hand. The fierce wind blew Zhao Wuji away. Zhao Wuji slid on the ground and looked at Muchen with a stunned expression. At this time, Muchen did not summon his martial spirit. You didn't use martial arts, so how could you use soul skills? Zhao Wuji looked at Muchen in shock. Soul power plus 700 points. Due to Zhao Wuji's shock, and the presence of Tang San, Flanders and others mixed in with the crowd, Muchen gained 700 emotion points at once. Because this is my self-created soul skill. Muchen replied. What? Self-created soul skills? Zhao Wuji said with dull eyes. Yes. Muchen nodded. You can actually create your own soul skills. The dullness in Zhao Wuji's eyes turned into shock. Yes. Are you just so surprised? Muchen smiled proudly. Well. Are you so surprised? Of course I use it. There are thousands of soul masters in the soul master world, but there are only a few soul masters who can create their own soul skills. A soul master who can create his own soul skills can be regarded as a one-in-a-million genius. Even though Zhao Wuji has the realm of soul saint, he is not too young, and he is called Fudo Mingwang by the soul master world. But to this day, Zhao Wuji still has not created his own soul skill. It is enough to show how difficult it is to create your own soul skills. This little guy is actually able to create his own soul skills. He is indeed the child Xiao Jiang highly recommends. Not only Zhao Wuji, but also Flanders secretly made up his mind to invite Muchen to Shrek Academy. Soul power plus 1300. Due to the shock of these people, Muchen once again harvested 1,300 emotional points. In just such a short while, his soul power increased by another 2,000 points. However, this is definitely just the beginning. Good boy, you make my blood boil. Zhao Wuji said with eager eyes. Call out. Zhao Wuji ran and attacked Muchen again. The fists and kicks thrown out were fierce and powerful. Xian level low-level fighting skills, fire palm. Poor Zhao Wuji finally got close to Muchen. As a result, just as he was about to throw out his fist, Muchen blew it away with his fire-blowing palm. After 2 or 3 consecutive times, Zhao Wuji's soul power surged in his body, and there was soul power outside his body. You broke your promise. Xiao Wu said anxiously. Little girl, I didn't break my promise. I just said I wouldn't use my martial soul, but I didn't say I wouldn't use my soul power. Zhao Wuji smiled cunningly. The stronger Muchen becomes, the more determined he will be to recruit Muchen into Shrek Academy. Xian level low-level fighting skills, fire palm. Do you only know this one move? Zhao Wuji moved his body to avoid Muchen's blowing fire palm. At the same time, he looked at Muchen mockingly. After using his soul power, his speed increased several times and he quickly came to Muchen's side. Bang! Zhao Wuji waved his casserole-sized fist and punched Muchen. Seeing that there was no way to avoid it, Muchen had no choice but to block it with his hands in front of his chest. The attack force from his fist punched Muchen and slid backwards on the ground, leaving a very eye-catching mark. The sliding distance exceeded 10 meters. If you can take a punch from me, you are stronger than Dai Mubai, and also stronger than the new Tang San. Zhao Wuji praised Tang San. Tang San secretly murmured in his heart, could this be the legendary shot even while lying down? However, the gap between our soul rings is too big. The soul ring can give the soul master physical attributes. In addition, my soul power is much higher than yours, so you are no match for me. Come back to Shrek Academy with me and become a member of my Shrek Academy. Student, let's forget about the matter between you and Ma Hongjun, Zhao Wuji threatened with a smile. Ma Hongjun. Ma Hongjun was confused. If others want to enter Shrek Academy, they need to go through layers of screening. What did Zhao Wuji mean by what he just said? Was he forcing the Xiao family to enter Shrek Academy? Ma Hongjun was secretly stunned, wondering why the gap between Taoist people and other people was so big. Soul power plus 250. Because of Ma Hongjun's emotion, Muchen suddenly gained another 250 emotion points. Not so good. Muchen said lightly. Do you want to be beaten into a pig's head by me? Zhao Wuji said with sharp eyes. It's not certain who will hit whom. Muchen said with a smile. It seems that if I don't teach you a lesson, you won't let me enter Shrek Academy. Zhao Wuji thought in his heart, and his soul power flowed into his feet, and he attacked Muchen again. There was a huge difference in soul power between the two sides. Relying on the Sharingan, Muchen could not compete with Zhao Wuji. In addition, Zhao Wuji used his soul power, and his speed was already extraordinary, and the blowing fire palm had no effect on Zhao Wuji. Seeing Zhao Wuji's fist coming, Muchen didn't want to avoid it. He waved his fist and faced him, head to head. Zhao Wuji looked stunned, but still hit Muchen with his fist without any worries. Xian level advanced fighting skills, bang, bang bang, faintly. There were 2 dark energies erupting at the same time. Bang, the 2 sides opened up at the first touch. Zhao Wuji took 3 steps back, and Muchen also took 3 steps back. This is also your self-created soul skill? Zhao Wuji said in a surprised tone. That's right. Muchen nodded proudly. Good boy, I find that I like you more and more. However, I just used 70% of my soul power. Are you sure you want to continue? Zhao Wuji asked with fiery eyes. Just before Zhao Wuji, Muchen had already used all his skills. Although he could compete with him, if he used 100% of his soul power, Muchen would definitely lose. Of course. Muchen said confidently. Muchen has a hidden mission. After defeating Zhao Wuji, he can get a rich reward. Okay, you have to be careful. Zhao Wuji reminded. More surging soul power surged out of Zhao Wuji's body. Zhao Wuji's speed increased again. Sharingan was used, blowing fire palm was used, and even 8 extreme collapse was used. Even if he used his martial soul, Muchen was not sure that he could defeat Zhao Wuji. However, Muchen still has. A dagger appeared in Muchen's hand, with a piece of paper tied to it. On the blueprint, there were many lines, and in the middle was a word explosion. Swish, facing the attacking Zhao Wuji, Muchen attacked Zhao Wuji with the dagger in his hand. Bang, Zhao Wuji waved his hand and struck. With his great combat experience, he knocked the dagger away. He mocked, with these tricks, you can't hold on to my hands for a stick of incense. Really? Muchen raised an arc at the corner of his mouth, and he flew backwards. Boom, there was a thunderous sound, and it turned out that the blueprint on the dagger was detonated, because the detonating talisman was very close to Zhao Wuji. Zhao Wuji was blown away by the shock wave caused by the explosion. Silence, the field was very silent. Who could have imagined that the young man in front of him actually had such an amazing means of attack? Poor Zhao Wuji, his body left a parabola in the air, and finally fell heavily to the ground. You lose. Muchen said lightly. Chapter 33. The system makes me a bad guy. You are listening at novelfull.audio. You lost. 3 crisp words floated out of Muchen's mouth. It was especially harsh in Zhao Wuji's ears. Zhao Wuji climbed up from the ground, looking very embarrassed. His hair was burned by the flames from the explosion, revealing a bald spot that was brighter than a light bulb. Due to being hit by the shock wave of the explosion, Zhao Wuji's skin was as red as blood, and there were traces of blood on the corners of his mouth. You! Damn it! Zhao Wuji roared. As the feudal Ming king, after Tang San, Zhao Wuji was beaten so badly again. Zhao Wuji became angry, and 7 soul rings appeared under his feet, the colors of which were yellow, yellow, purple, purple, black, black, and black. The red soul power formed the shadow of a powerful diamond bear behind him. Soul power plus 3,000 points. Zhao Wuji was so angry that Muchen gained 3,000 emotional points in one go. Hey, you want to be shameless? Seeing that Zhao Wuji was about to go berserk, Xiao Wu said with disdain, we agreed not to use the martial spirit, now do you want to use the martial spirit? Zhao Wuji. Zhao Wuji looked stunned. Looking at Muchen, he thought to himself, is this little monster in front of me destined to have no chance with Shrek Academy? On the side, looking at Zhao Wuji who was in a furious state, Muchen thought in his heart, and for the sake of safety, he took out 3 golden beads from the ring storage soul guide. As Muchen's soul power was injected into the golden bead, the shape of the golden bead began to change. In the blink of an eye, it turned into a golden embroidery needle. This is really the natural hidden weapon Muchen obtained, the Dragon Beard Needle. Dragon Beard Needle, ranked 9th on the list of hidden weapons of the Tang sect, it is specially designed to break the body's protective energy. It can be hidden in the gaps between fingers, making it difficult to detect. Muchen obtained a total of 99 and 81 Dragon Beard Needles from the plate crystals. Dragon Beard Needle is very easy to use. For the sake of Xiao Wu's safety, Muchen only kept 49 Dragon Beard Needles and gave the rest to Xiao Wu. Teacher Zhao, it is true that you lost. Seeing that Zhao Wuji was unwilling to give in, Shrek Academy lost a little monster and wanted to continue fighting with Muchen. Realizing that Muchen had used the Dragon Beard Needle, Tang San had no choice but to step forward. Tang San, there is also the Dean. Zhao Wuji looked stunned. At some point, Tang San and Flanders arrived here. Wuji, you lost this game. Flanders said. Lose? Seeing Tang San and Flanders appear, Zhao Wuji put away his martial spirit and soul power, and said unconvinced, I didn't use all my strength just now. If we continue to fight, he will definitely lose. Teacher Zhao, can you tell what is in his hand? Tang San asked. Isn't it just an embroidery needle? Zhao Wuji said disdainfully. No, that's not an ordinary embroidery needle, but a Dragon Beard Needle. Tang San replied. Dragon beard needle? Yes. Tang San nodded slightly, looked at Muchen, and asked, Boss Mu, are you willing to demonstrate its power? Call out. Muchen waved his hand, and the dragon beard needle in his hand sank into a stone. With a bang, the 2-ton boulder exploded, leaving behind a pile of powder. Zhao Wuji. Zhao Wuji's eyes were dull, and even Flanders' eyes were dull. Such a small embroidery needle actually exploded with such amazing attack power. Zhao Wuji asked himself, if this little embroidery needle hit his body, he would be seriously injured even if he did not die. On one side, Flanders stretched out his hand to support the frame of his glasses. A flash of light flashed in his eyes, and he fell in love with Muchen even more. Child, what's your name? Flanders asked. Muchen. Muchen replied. Muchen, which Soul Master College are you studying in now? Flanders had already secretly decided that even if Muchen had a college, he would definitely go poaching. Brother Muchen has not entered any academy yet. You are with Tang San, and he calls you Dean. Are you the Dean of Shrek Academy? Xiao Wu interrupted and asked. Yes, I am Flanders, the Dean of Shrek Academy. Children, are you two willing to study in our academy? Flanders invited. Ding dong. The system reminds you that the host is being invited by Shrek Academy to enter Shrek Academy. The more the host embarrasses Flanders, the more rewards he will receive in the end. Wherever Brother Muchen goes, I will go. Xiao Wu replied without any worries. On the side, Tang San, who had always wanted a sister, looked at Muchen enviously. Tang San thought in his heart, how great it would be if he could also have a sister like this. Muchen, are you willing to study at Shrek Academy? Flanders asked. Boom, Flanders stepped on it, and 7 soul rings lit up under his feet. Soul Saint, people around him exclaimed. In Flanders' view, his possession of Soul Saint's cultivation is the best publicity, and Muchen will definitely be willing to enter Shrek Academy to study. However, Muchen did not answer immediately, but pondered, hesitate. Muchen was still hesitating. The adults with children around them all looked at Muchen in astonishment. Many of them knew that if they could graduate from Shrek Academy, they would be awarded the title of nobility by the Tiando Empire. They begged their grandfather to sue their grandmother, and even resorted to bribery. In the end, their children were still unable to enter Shrek Academy. Now the Dean of Shrek Academy solemnly invited Muchen, but Muchen actually hesitated. Actually, it's not impossible to enter Shrek Academy to study. It's just that I have some requirements. Muchen said. Requirements? No way, to enter Shrek Academy to study, you actually have to make requirements. Rejection. Some adults who have been rejected by Shrek Academy before intuitively thought that Flanders would definitely reject this child. What are your requirements? Tell me about them. Flanders said. I will only represent Shrek Academy to participate in the All-Continent Elite Soul Master competition. After entering Shrek Academy, I will not accept anyone's orders or training. Unless Xiao Wu is willing, I will not accept anyone's orders or training. Muchen said seriously. All-Continent Elite Soul Master competition. Flanders was surprised. Don't you invite me to Shrek Academy for the All-Continent Elite Soul Master competition? Muchen asked back with a slightly raised eyebrow. Flanders smiled but did not answer, his fingers supporting the eye sockets of his glasses. A bright light flashed in his eyes, and he said, but if you do this, isn't it just like putting your name on the Shrek Academy and going through the motions? Yes. Muchen nodded. Okay, I agree. Flanders said. In addition, you must agree to 3 things for me. Muchen said casually, what? You must agree to 3 things for the other party. This is very unreasonable. Everyone looked at Muchen with an ignorant look. In their opinion, Flanders would definitely not agree to Muchen's unreasonable request. What is it? Flanders asked. I haven't figured it out yet. I'll tell you when I think of it. Muchen said. You want me to give you 3 imperial edicts, and the contents above are completely written by you. Flanders looked a little embarrassed. If he didn't know that the child in front of him was gifted, Flanders would have left long ago. Chapter 34, External Soul Bone, 8 Spider Lance. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Don't worry, the 3 things I want you to promise me will not be detrimental to Shrek Academy and its teachers and students. Muchen said lightly, the reason for proposing 3 conditions is to get a more generous reward. Okay, I promise you. Flanders replied. What? What? He actually agreed. What? Is he really the dean of Shrek Academy? Hearing that Flanders agreed, the others looked at Flanders in disbelief. Faced with such harsh conditions, Flanders actually agreed. Many of them doubted whether Flanders in front of them was the dean of Shrek Academy. Any more conditions? Flanders asked. No more. Muchen said lightly, know when to stop and stop when you are ahead. Muchen still agrees with this great truth passed down by the ancestors of China. Muchen, I'm glad you are a student of Shrek Academy. Flanders said with a smile on his face. Ding dong. Congratulations, you defeated Zhao Wuji and completed the second test of chaos. Rewards, a 10,000-year soul ring, reward skill point, 1 point, reward soul power, 100,000 points. Ding dong. Congratulations, soul power is fully accumulated and upgraded. Current level, level 33, 25,000/85,000. Is that the end of the matter? The answer is obviously no. Muchen's golden finger is the chaos system. In addition to the hidden task of defeating Zhao Wuji, Muchen also has a second test of Chaos God. The content of the second test of Chaos God is to be invited to Shrek Academy. Flanders took the initiative to invite Muchen as the dean. In addition, he had to agree to 2 conditions of Muchen. It can be said that Muchen completed the second test of Chaos God very well. Ding dong. Congratulations, you have completed the second test of Chaos God and been invited to Shrek Academy. Reward external soul bone, 8 spider lance, reward skill points, 2 points, reward soul power, 100,000 points. Ding dong. Congratulations, soul power is fully accumulated and upgraded, current level, level 34, 60,000/92,000. As the system voice fell, Muchen's soul power rose by 2 small levels in succession. Now it has reached level 34. Looking at the students of Shrek Academy, Muchen's current level is second only to the romantic gentleman Dai Mubai. Fuck, no way. I actually got the external soul bone 8 spider lance. Muchen was extremely surprised. 8 spider lance, strengthen all states by 50%, devour the opponent's soul power and replenish its own soul power consumption by 100%, can absorb drugs, increase movement speed by 50%, powerful jumping and climbing ability, and very sharp with barbs, with extremely strong attack ability. Note, there is no feeling when using it. And after retracting the 8 spider lance soul bone, 1/3 of the soul power will be consumed. How strong the 8 spider lance is, just look at the information above. Muchen didn't expect that he would get the external soul bone so early, and it was Tang San's external soul bone 8 spider lance. Ding dong. The system issues the 3rd test of Chaos God. Enter the Killing City, pass the road to Hell, and obtain the Killing God domain. Time, 2 years. What? The 3rd test of Chaos God is to enter the Killing City? Muchen was secretly stunned. His 3rd test actually requires going to the Killing City. Xiao Wu, are you willing to enter my Shrek Academy and become a student of my Shrek Academy? Flanders looked at Xiao Wu, and he also saw through Xiao Wu's soul power level. He was also quite satisfied with the latter's talent. I am willing. Wherever Brother Muchen goes, I will go. Xiao Wu replied. Ha ha ha, this is really buy one get one free. Let's go, Xiao Wu, Muchen, I will take you to the academy. Flanders gently patted Muchen's shoulder, not noticing that the latter's level had been improved. Yeah. Su Chen nodded. Muchen and Xiao Wu followed Flender and walked towards Shrek Academy. What? There are only 6 students in our academy now? Xiao Wu looked surprised. While walking, Flender also introduced the current situation of Shrek Academy to Muchen and Xiao Wu. Yes, counting Ma Hongjun and Tang San, there are only 6 students in total. Now with the 2 of you, there are a total of 8 students. In the entire Douluo continent, our academy is the only academy with more teachers than students. Flanders said. 8 students, don't you think it's too few? Xiao Wu said. Xiao Wu, quality is more important than quantity. The fewer students in the academy, the better the quality of students can be. Muchen said. Yes, that's what I think. It's better to have fewer than too many. Our academy has been established for 20 years, and has only recruited 42 students in total. On average, it seems to be just over 2 every year. Even if Shrek Academy closes, it will never accept waste. To enter our academy, before the age of 12, the soul power must not be lower than level 20. To graduate from our academy, the soul power must exceed level 40 before the age of 20, reaching the level of Soul Master. All those who graduate from our academy are world-renowned figures. Flanders said. In order to win Muchen's sense of belonging to Shrek Academy, Flanders talked about some of Shrek Academy's glorious deeds. After walking a long way, Muchen and Xiao Wu finally stood at the gate of Shrek Academy. The academy in front of them really can't be called an academy. Not only is it located in a small village, but everything inside looks very old and shabby. Is this our academy? Xiao Wu was surprised. Yeah. Flanders looked at Muchen. Muchen's eyes were motionless, without any change. He secretly thought that Muchen was indeed not simple. Flanders remembered that when Dai Mubai came here, even Dai Mubai thought he had come to the wrong place. But Muchen's face did not change at all. However, Flanders could never have dreamed of it. Muchen was not an ordinary person, but a time traveler, and was very familiar with this place. Muchen had already prepared himself mentally. Tang San, go and call all 4 of them out. Flanders ordered. Okay, Dean. Tang San nodded. After a while, Dai Mubai came to the small square of the academy. He saw Muchen and Xiao Wu from a distance. His eyes narrowed slightly, and he didn't know what he was thinking. Not long after Dai Mubai arrived, a girl also walked towards this side. The girl's long black hair was scattered on her shoulders, her skin was fair, and she had an extremely plump and hot figure that did not match her age. The expression on her face was very cold, a coldness that came from the heart, pure coldness. There was not even a trace of life in her pair of black eyes, which was somewhat in conflict with her originally very beautiful face. Her limbs were well proportioned and slender, and she exuded a kind of deadly coldness that was difficult to adapt to. If Muchen guessed correctly, this girl with a cat tail was the netherworld spirit cat Zhu. Ding dong. Congratulations, you have triggered the hidden task of the second trial of the Chaos God, breaking up Dai Mubai and Zhu, and laying the foundation for the strategy of Zhu. Chapter 35. The system teaches me to be a bad guy again. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What, system, did I hear you wrong? What were you talking about? Break up Dai Mubai and Zhu. Muchen was surprised. Yes. You are not mistaken, Zhu and Dai Mubai are engaged. Do you want me to persuade one party to break off the engagement? Host, don't say such harsh words. You can also add fuel to the fire and let them break up peacefully. Peaceful breakup. How easy is that? There is a challenge only when there is difficulty. The system kindly reminds that Zhu at this time is very disgusted with Dai Mubai's romantic character. The host can work hard in this regard. Muchen looked at Dai Mubai. Indeed, at this time, Dai Mubai often traveled back and forth to the place of fireworks, and it was not impossible to break up Dai Mubai and Zhu. System, complete the task. What is the reward? Muchen asked curiously. for such a difficult plot task, the reward must be very difficult. The system reports to the host, if the host successfully separates Dai Mubai and Zhu Zhuqing, the level will be 100% increased by 3 levels. If the task fails or is rejected, the level will be 100% reduced by 3 levels. Muchen was secretly shocked. This hidden task about Zhu Zhuqing and Dai Mubai actually made him unable to refuse. However, the reward is very rich, which can 100% increase the cultivation level by 3 levels. Host, do you still want to give up the task? Give up? Why give up? Brother, I am really not interested in Zhu Zhuqing. I just want to challenge this challenging task. Xiao Han smiled wickedly. System. The system was confused. Xiao Han not only pretended to be cool to others, but also pretended to be cool to the system. Dean, Teacher Zhao. A sweet voice like a swallow sounded in Muchen's ears while he was in a daze. Muchen looked in the direction of the voice and saw another girl walking to their side. The girl's simple white dress gave people a very clean feeling, neat short hair, tender skin like lychee, delicate face, height of about 1.65 meters, very harmonious figure, the whole person looks like a worldly feeling. The girl looks like a highly educated aristocratic girl, like a warm spring breeze, and her soft smile infects everyone around her. Muchen knew that this girl must be Ning Rongrong. After a while, Tang San and another boy came here. The boy's eyes were deep, giving people a deep feeling. His face was like a crown jade, handsome and harmonious, with moderate eyebrows, and a cynical smile on his face. Looking like a romantic and suave aristocratic son, no need to think, this is Oscar, who was nicknamed Sausage Uncle by the Shrek 7 Devils. Brother, will there be soul masters and titled soul masters here? Xiao Wu leaned close to Muchen's ear and asked in a low voice. Don't worry, Xiao Wu. Soul Douluo is not everywhere. In the whole continent, there are no more than 100 Soul Douluo level strongmen, all of whom are supported by the Empire and major forces. As for the title Douluo level strongmen, there are only 10 in the 2 empires combined. The highest cultivation level in this academy is only 2 soul saints. Muchen replied in a low voice. That's good. Xiao Wu breathed a sigh of relief. Don't worry, Xiao Wu. I will never push you into the fire. Muchen looked at Xiao Wu sincerely. This year is good, there are 5 more little monsters. Okay, these 2 are new students. Now, each of you introduce yourselves. Flanders stepped forward and instructed lightly. He looked at Tang San on the far left and said, Tang San, you come first. My name is Tang San, my spirit is blue silver grass, and I am a level 29 weapon spirit master. My name is Dai Mubai, my spirit is evil-eyed white tiger, and I am a level 37 battle spirit master. My name is Ma Hongjun, my spirit is evil fire phoenix, and I am a level 27 battle spirit master. My name is Oscar, my spirit is sausage, and I am a level 28 battle spirit master. My name is Ning Rongrong, my spirit is 7 treasure glazed tower, and I am a level 26 weapon spirit master. My name is Zhu Zhuqing, my spirit is netherworld spirit cat, and I am a level 27 battle spirit master. My name is Xiao Wu, my spirit is rabbit, and I am a level 29 battle spirit master. My name is Muchen, my spirit is chaos sword, and I am a level 34 battle spirit master. What? Level 34. Battle spirit master. The Shrek 7 devils, including Xiao Wu, and Flanders, and Zhao Wuji, who had detected Xiao Han's soul power level, looked at Xiao Han in shock. After not seeing him for a few days, Xiao Han's soul power has increased by 5 or 6 levels, soul power plus 6,000. Due to the surprise of these people, Muchen harvested another 6,000 emotional points at once, and his soul power increased by 6,000 points. Did I recruit a monster king? Flanders stretched out his hand to support the frame of his glasses, and he was more and more satisfied with Muchen. He said, Muchen, Xiao Wu, you wait and go to the teacher in charge of finance to pay 100 gold soul coins. Okay. Muchen did not refuse. Although he was invited to the academy, the tuition fee of 100 gold soul coins still had to be paid. Moreover, he had money. Okay. Xiao Wu also nodded. Muchen, Xiao Wu, I will train them next. Do you want to train with them, or do you want to arrange it yourself? Flanders asked, Dai Mubai. Zhu Zhuqing. Oscar. Ning Rongrong. The four of them looked at Flanders in surprise. They were very surprised by Flanders' words. As a student of Shrek Academy, shouldn't he be trained with them? I'll watch from the side, Xiao Wu, what about you? Muchen asked. I'll be with you. Xiao Wu said without thinking, because of Muchen, Xiao Wu also has privileges. Unless Xiao Wu is willing, she can refuse the orders and training arranged by Shrek Academy. Okay, then we'll watch from the side. Dean, you can pretend that we don't exist. Muchen said hello and sat down with Xiao Wu under a small wooden house next to them. Okay, let's start today's training. Auxiliary Soul Masters are in great danger if they are left unprotected on the battlefield. Therefore, running away is a necessary quality for you. Oscar, Ning Rongrong. Flanders waited until Oscar and Ning Rongrong came forward and ordered, 20 laps. From now on, don't come to eat if you can't finish running before lunch. Yes. What about them? Oscar didn't have any opinions, but Ning Rongrong was different, pointing at Muchen and Xiao Wu. They are special recruits of our academy, and they don't need training. Flanders said lightly. I don't accept it. What are their identities? Are they more powerful than my 7 treasures glazed tiles sect? Ning Rongrong said disdainfully. Ding dong. Congratulations, you have triggered the small test of the 3rd test of the Chaos God, and you will use the Millennium Killing to teach Ning Rongrong a lesson. Let her know the horror of the special recruits. Complete the task and you can get the combat skill, Suction Palm. Under the eaves, Muchen, who was lying and shot, suddenly heard the voice of the system in his mind. What? To teach Ning Rongrong a lesson, you must use the Millennium Killing? Muchen was secretly shocked. He doesn't have a strong background. He comes from the Emperor Soul Village in Nodding City. He can become a special student of the academy because he is better than any of you. Flanders explained. Humph. Ning Rongrong thought to herself that Muchen was not good at all, and his soul power level was not as high as Dai Mubai. Ning Rongrong obviously didn't believe what Flanders said. After all, she was the eldest daughter of the 7 treasures glazed tiles sect. Ning Rongrong smiled with a slightly mocking tone. He is not your illegitimate child, right? Shut up. Flanders shouted, as the flying horn of the Golden Iron Triangle, he has experienced battlefields and killed countless people. In anger, a momentum pressed towards Ning Rongrong. Ning Rongrong is a flower in a greenhouse, a child spoiled by sword Douluo and bone Douluo. How could she have seen such a world? Under the influence of Flanders' murderous aura, she felt a little suffocated. You don't accept it? Flanders gathered his mind and asked in a deep voice. I don't accept it. Ning Rongrong said. Okay, then I'll let you fight with him and make you convinced. Said Flanders. Chapter 36, This Guy Still Has to Pretend. You are listening at novelfull.audio. You want me to fight him? I'm a support-type spirit master. On the battlefield, no support-type spirit master will fight alone with a strong attack-type spirit master. This is unfair. Ning Rongrong frowned and retorted to Flanders. She really wanted to scold Flanders for having no brains. Since you are a support-type spirit master, I allow you to find 3 helpers among the 5 of them. Flanders pointed his finger at Tang San, Dai Mubai, Ma Hongjun, Oscar, and Zhu Zhuqing. 3 is not necessary, just 1 will do. Ning Rongrong said confidently. Okay, just 1. Flanders was just about to kill Ning Rongrong's pride. He originally wanted Tang San, Dai Mubai, Ma Hongjun, Oscar, and Zhu Zhuqing to fight Muchen together. Hearing Ning Rongrong's arrogance that only 1 person was needed, he was eager to get it. Dai Mubai, are you willing to fight him with me? Ning Rongrong looked at Dai Mubai. She knew that the other party's evil-eyed white tiger was the martial spirit of the royal family of the Xinglua Empire. Me? Forget it. Dai Mubai was beaten by Muchen and turned into a pig head. There are still bruises on his face. He doesn't want to be hit by Muchen's fist again. Ning Rongrong frowned and looked at Ma Hongjun. Don't look at me, I'm not his opponent. Ma Hongjun begged for mercy. He was really afraid of Muchen. Even Zhao Wuji was almost not Muchen's opponent, so he was even less of Muchen's opponent. Helplessly, Ning Rongrong's eyes flowed to Oscar, who was standing next to Ma Hongjun. I am a food-type soul master. I really want to help you, but you should understand that even with your assistance, I can't beat him. Oscar said with some difficulty. In his heart, he really likes this aristocratic girl. Then, Ning Rongrong's eyes fell on Tang San, who was beside Oscar. I know him, he is familiar with my spirit skills and fighting methods. If you want to defeat him, you need to find someone he is not familiar with now. Only in this way can you win by surprise. Tang San refused and analyzed for Ning Rongrong. Finally, Ning Rongrong looked at Zhu Zhuqing. Among the Shrek's 7 devils, she could not go to find Xiao Wu, and now only Zhu Zhuqing was left. Zhu Zhuqing was silent. She did not refuse, nor did she take the initiative to stand up. Are you willing? Ning Rongrong invited. I am willing. Zhu Zhuqing stepped forward, walked cat-like, and came to Ning Rongrong's side. It seems that you have already chosen. You wait for me, I will be back soon. After Flanders finished speaking, he walked in front of Muchen and whispered, Muchen, there is something I need your help with. You want me to help you teach Ning Rongrong a lesson? Muchen asked. Muchen also heard their conversation just now. Yes. Flanders nodded. But, we have an agreement. I will not accept any orders from Shrek Academy, and I can refuse all the training arranged by the teachers of Shrek Academy. Muchen reminded. I know. You have also seen that you enjoy privileges, and some of them are very dissatisfied in their hearts. Flanders said with embarrassment. That's your business. Muchen said indifferently, although Muchen has a hidden mission and needs to teach Ning Rongrong a lesson. But, this guy still has to pretend anyway. Muchen, just help me. You help me this time, and I, Flanders, will owe you a favor in the future. Flanders begged Muchen like a grandson. No need for favors. I can help you. Fists and feet have no eyes, but I will not be responsible for any consequences that arise from it. Muchen said in advance. Okay, no problem. Flanders said without thinking. In Flanders' view, Muchen was just a soul master. Even if the battle got out of control during the competition, he was fully confident that he could stop the game immediately and save Ning Rongrong and Zhu Zhuqing. Okay. Muchen nodded and stood up. Okay. Flanders waved his hand and threw out a lit incense stick, saying, Ning Rongrong, you also want to enjoy the privilege, I will give you a chance. If you can hold on to his hands for an incense stick, you will be free to move from now on, and I will not restrict you in any way. That's what you said. Ning Rongrong smiled. Yes, I said. Let's start. Flanders smiled confidently. Spirit Cat, possess. Zhu Zhuqing's mind moved, and 2 soul rings appeared around her. The colors were yellow and yellow respectively. At the same time, Zhu Zhuqing's cat claws were spike-shaped, and both eyes changed color at the same time. The left eye was dark green and the right eye was clear blue. Very mysterious. The 7 treasures are famous, one is power. The 7 treasures are famous, the second is speed. 2 circles of yellow soul rings also lit up under Ning Rongrong's feet. A ripple appeared in the surrounding space, and 2 rays of light enveloped Zhu Zhuqing. Zhu Zhuqing, who was enveloped by the light, felt that her body became lighter and full of strength. Show your martial soul. Zhu Zhuqing urged. No need. I don't need to use my martial soul to deal with you too. Muchen said lightly. What, no martial soul? Oscar said in surprise. In response, Tang San, Dai Mubai, and Ma Hongjun shook their heads slightly. In this battle, Zhu Zhuqing and Ning Rongrong were destined to lose. Are you sure? Zhu Zhuqing asked. I'm sure. Muchen nodded. You are so arrogant. Isn't she just a level 34 soul master? With my help, her speed and strength have increased by 20%. Hit him and let him know how powerful we are. Ning Rongrong urged. First soul skill, Netherworld Stab. The first soul ring around Zhu Zhuqing lit up. The sharp claws suddenly stretched out, the speed increased instantly, and the sharp claws quickly attacked Muchen. Lost. Tang San said. Tang San's eyes fell on Ning Rongrong. Xiao Yan told Tang San that if there was an auxiliary soul master of the Seven Treasures Glazed sect in the local camp in the future battle, he must kill the opponent as soon as possible. Ning Rongrong was too confident and did not let Zhu Zhuqing protect her, but let Zhu Zhuqing take the initiative to attack Muchen. This was destined to be Ning Rongrong's defeat. Sure enough, Zhu Zhuqing's sharp claws pierced through the afterimage left by Muchen without any hindrance. At the same time, a figure appeared behind Ning Rongrong. That figure was Muchen, but at this time, Muchen was squatting on the ground, with his hands forming a strange hand seal. The direction of his fingers was pointing directly at Ning Rongrong's buttocks. Not good. Ning Rongrong cried out in her heart that something was wrong. Although she did not see Muchen behind her, she could sense from the airflow driven by Muchen's body that Muchen had rushed behind her. Secret technique, Millennium Kill. Chapter 37 Surprise, Unexpected Upgrade. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ah! Ning Rongrong's buttocks lost control, and she made a sour and spicy sound like a pig being slaughtered. I don't know where the strength came from, but Ning Rongrong was ejected. Damn it. The Shrek 7 devils, including Flanders and Zhao Wuji, were all staring at the scene in front of them in a daze. No way, Muchen actually fucked Ning Rongrong's ass. Ding dong. Congratulations, you have completed the small test of the third test of chaos, a hidden task. Use the Millennium Kill to teach Ning Rongrong, who has a bad temper. Obtained combat skills, Suction Palm. Obtained soul power, 8,000 points. Suction Palm, a low-level Xian-level fighting skill, from the Doupo plane. If you practice it to perfection, you can absorb 1,000 gene boulder. If you practice it to the state of great perfection, you can even forcibly suck out human blood. Huh, the task is so simple. Muchen was overjoyed. Not only did he get the Suction Palm, he also got 8,000 points of soul power. Is the task really that simple? The answer is obviously no. Who is Ning Rongrong? She is the eldest daughter of the Seven Treasures Glazed Tile sect, a child spoiled by Sword Douluo and Bone Douluo. Muchen raped Ning Rongrong and used the 1,000 years kill on her. If Sword Douluo and Bone Douluo knew about it, they would come to Muchen to settle the score. However, Muchen couldn't care about this. He had told Flanders before that he would not be responsible for any consequences arising from this. Flanders. Oscar. Flanders looked at Muchen in astonishment, and then looked at Ning Rongrong, who didn't know whether she was happy or painful. Flanders finally knew why Muchen said that. Invisibly, Flanders seemed to have seen Sword Douluo and Bone Douluo, waving a 3-meter-long sword and rushing towards him. After completing the hidden task, Muchen looked at Zhu Zhuqing with evil eyes. He secretly said, since the war has started, let's do another hidden task. By the way, another hidden mission of Muchen required breaking up Zhu Zhuqing and Dai Mubai, letting them break up peacefully, and laying the foundation for the attack on Zhu Zhuqing. Not good. Dai Mubai's expression changed, and he realized something in his heart. People have already attacked Muchen, trying to stop Muchen. On the other side, Zhu Zhuqing was shocked to see Ning Rongrong injured. Then she noticed that Muchen was rushing towards her. The second soul ring around her lit up yellow light. Second soul skill, 100 Claws of the Netherworld. Zhu Zhuqing's body rotated rapidly, and the cat claws with sharp and penetrating power rushed towards Muchen. Humph! Zhu Zhuqing's eyes showed contempt. Zhu Zhuqing's cat claws can attack the enemy at the same position hundreds of times, with extremely fast speed and strong destructive power. Zhu Zhuqing was confident that once the two sides fought head-on, Muchen would never get any benefit. However, Zhu Zhuqing was careless. Muchen had no intention of fighting her head-on. Zhu Zhuqing rushed forward and suddenly saw Muchen's body disappeared. "Where is he?" Zhu Zhuqing frowned. She just stopped and looked for Muchen's body. Behind her, there was a stream of air being driven. She thought to herself, not good. The scene that happened to Ning Rongrong appeared in Zhu Zhuqing's mind. Zhu Zhuqing wanted to kick and force Muchen back, but it was too late. Muchen's speed was not at the same level as hers. Secret technique, Millennium Kill. The same soul-stirring voice came out of Zhu Zhuqing's mouth. After Ning Rongrong, Zhu Zhuqing's buttocks also lost. Flanders, I have experienced more than 100 battles and have never seen such a simple and crude attack method. Oscar, Rongrong, my goddess, Ma Hongjun, wow, I learned something today. This newcomer is simply my idol. Silence, the field is very silent. You can hear a pin drop, soul power plus 4,000 points, due to the shock of Flanders, Zhao Wuji, Ma Hongjun, Oscar, Tang San, Xiao Wu and others. Muchen gained 4,000 emotional points at once. You actually did that to me. Ning Rongrong covered her buttocks with her jade hands, and roared at Muchen with shyness and anger. She really couldn't say those two words, soul power plus 10,000 points. Due to Ning Rongrong's anger and shyness, Muchen gained another 10,000 emotional points at once. Muchen only had 10,000 soul points left before upgrading. As for Zhu Zhuqing, her face also flushed. She looked at Muchen angrily. She also covered her buttocks with both hands. Unlike Ning Rongrong, although Zhu Zhuqing was angry and shy, she didn't shout with a cold temperament. She just stared at Muchen. Soul power plus 12,000 points. Due to Zhu Zhuqing's anger and shyness, Muchen harvested another 12,000 points of emotion value, thus gaining 12,000 more soul power. Finally, the system's voice rang in Muchen's mind. Ding dong. Congratulations, soul power is fully accumulated and upgraded. Current level, level 35, 2,000/99,000. Silent Zhu Zhuqing has 2,000 more emotion points than roaring Ning Rongrong. Muchen was stunned and looked at Zhu Zhuqing. 2,000 more emotion points means that silent Zhu Zhuqing is more terrifying than roaring Ning Rongrong. After all, who knows what Zhu Zhuqing is thinking? Now, do you still think the dean is wrong? Muchen asked. What? Ning Rongrong asked. On the battlefield, auxiliary spirit masters, especially those with the 7 treasure glazed pagoda spirit, do play a very important role. However, because of this, you are the first one to be attacked. Said Muchen. Ning Rongrong. Ning Rongrong looked at Flanders, unable to refute in her heart. Now, do you still want privileges? Muchen spoke again, not giving Ning Rongrong a chance to think, and said, on the battlefield, you who have no self-protection ability are simply a living target. Ning Rongrong. Ning Rongrong looked at Muchen. Her ass was clearly B by Muchen, and Muchen actually said this to her afterwards. The important thing is that she couldn't refute Muchen's words. Su Chen, you. Dai Mubai stared at Muchen angrily. You also want privileges, do you want to fight with me? Muchen pretended to be confused and asked with a contemptuous tone. The reason why Dai Mubai was angry was very simple. Muchen be Zhu Zhuqing's ass. Dai Mubai and Zhu Zhuqing were engaged. Seeing his fiancée being beaten up like that, any man would be angry, not to mention Dai Mubai, who had a tiger spirit, beat. Dai Mubai was stunned, looking at Muchen's eyes, and finally he could only clench his hands and said nothing. He was no match for Muchen, and he would only be beaten up by Muchen if he went up. Seeing Dai Mubai not speaking, Muchen was very proud. With his wisdom, if he still couldn't subdue Dai Mubai and Ning Rongrong, he would simply stop being a man. As for Zhu Zhuqing, she had been standing aside, not saying a word, and no one knew what she was thinking. Chapter 38 Ma Hongjun, did I hear it right? Muchen asked me to go. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ning Rongrong, do you still have questions now? Flanders asked. Ning Rongrong said nothing. She is a genius, that's right. But Su Chen is definitely a monster. If not, run 20 laps for me. If you don't finish, you are not allowed to eat. Flanders ordered. Ahem. Muchen coughed lightly. Seeing Flanders let the storyline go on, Muchen couldn't help but interrupt and said, Dean, there is a sentence about training Ning Rongrong, I don't know if I should ask it or not. What do you want to ask? Flanders asked curiously. Dean, you were once the flying horn of the Golden Iron Triangle, and you are famous. Do you want to train Ning Rongrong to be a soul master who only knows how to run away? Muchen asked. She is an auxiliary soul master. If she doesn't run away, once a battle breaks out, her situation will be very dangerous. Flanders asked in confusion. I don't know why Muchen said such a brainless sentence. Dean, offense is the best defense. Muchen said lightly. You want to persuade me to train her to be a strong attack spirit master? Flanders raised his eyebrows. Why not? Muchen asked. Congratulations, you have triggered a hidden task, and you have obtained the third test of the Chaos God, and you will teach the Shrek 7 Devils. The more Shrek 7 Devils you teach, the more generous the reward will be. Muchen was secretly shocked. He said a few words and actually triggered a hidden task. Muchen, you may not know her martial soul. The 7 Treasures Glazed Tower is known as the first auxiliary martial soul in the continent. No matter how it is cultivated, it has only 7 final soul skills. They are to increase strength, speed, soul power, defense, attack, enhance the strongest attribute of the target and the 9 treasures' true body. In other words, because of her martial soul, she will never be a strong attack spirit master in this life. Flanders explained in detail. Dean, your analysis is correct. But this is only for her own martial soul. What if she jumps out of her own martial soul? Muchen asked again. Jump out of the martial soul? Flanders was confused. Yes. Muchen nodded. You mean, let her master a self-created soul skill? Flanders asked thoughtfully. In her opinion, unless Ning Rongrong mastered a powerful self-created soul skill, Ning Rongrong would not be able to protect herself on the battlefield. Yes. Muchen nodded. At the same time, Tang San thought to himself that if Ning Rongrong was taught to use Tang Sek's hidden weapons, Ning Rongrong could protect herself. However, Ning Rongrong was not a disciple of Tang sect. He was not familiar with Ning Rongrong now. Moreover, Tang San only had the sleeve arrows of Tang sek's hidden weapons. It's not easy to let her master a self-created soul skill that can protect herself. Flanders said lightly. He knew how difficult it was to create a soul skill. Only a monster like Muchen could create so many self-created soul skills. By the way, Muchen. Flanders looked at Muchen, and asked thoughtfully, do you mean that you are willing to teach her the self-created soul skills you have mastered? If she is willing to learn, I don't mind teaching her for free. Muchen said lightly. Okay. It's settled happily. Ning Rongrong, you will train with Muchen from now on. Flanders ordered. Him. Ning Rongrong looked at Muchen. Yes. Flanders nodded. Dean, you don't have a fever, do you? He is not a good person at first glance. You let him be responsible for my training. Could it be? Could it be that I learned that move from her? Ning Rongrong finally said the last sentence with a blushing face. Muchen's millennium killing made her buttocks still feel hot. In Ning Rongrong's view, Flanders asked her to learn from Muchen, which was simply pushing her into the fire pit. In addition to that move, he also has other self-created soul skills. Don't hate him. It's good enough that he doesn't hate you. Flanders advised. Flender, are you kidding? He's so young, you think he can create his own soul skills? Ning Rongrong laughed contemptuously, perhaps as the eldest lady of the Seven Treasures Glazed Tile sect, Ning Rongrong is quite bold. The character of the eldest lady made her call Flender's name again. In Ning Rongrong's view, Muchen's millennium killing is not a soul skill at all, that is pure hooliganism. Do you still have discipline? Is this the child that Ning Fengji disciplined? Flender also shouted. Flender was very dissatisfied with Ning Rongrong's character. You! Ning Rongrong was speechless, wanting to refute something, but couldn't refute it for a while. Dean, I am willing to accept his training. Ma Hongjun said, Ning Rongrong. Ning Rongrong didn't hear it wrong, she actually wanted to compete with her. Ning Rongrong looked at Ma Hongjun with an idiotic look. Dean, I am also willing to accept his training. Tang San was also moved. Dean, I'm willing too. Dai Mubai followed Tang San and said excitedly, in Dai Mubai's opinion, only by being familiar with the enemy can one defeat the enemy better. Muchen blew Zhu Zhuqing's chrysanthemum. If Dai Mubai doesn't take revenge, is he still a man? Ning Rongrong. Ning Rongrong was surprised. There were people who were eager to be trained by Muchen. Could it be that Muchen really had a powerful self-created soul skill that could protect her? Soul power plus 800 points. Due to Ning Rongrong's doubts and shock, Muchen gained another 800 emotional points. Flanders did not answer, but looked at Muchen. Muchen said calmly, there are too many people, I can't manage them all. However, I have different opinions from you about other people. I would like to hear more about it. Flanders said modestly. Dean, there is a saying that makes a lot of sense, it is better to drain than to block. The flood cannot be blocked, only by finding a way to drain it, this is the long-term solution. Muchen said meaningfully. I don't know what you mean. Flanders thought, looking at Ma Hongjun. Ma Hongjun. Muchen replied. Muchen, you may not know that the fat man's martial soul is self-awakened, which meets the characteristics of the martial soul of an evil soul master. Once he is allowed to grow, he can't control his own evil fire, and he will eventually become an evil soul master that everyone shouts and beats. Flanders looked at Ma Hongjun worriedly. Dean, do you think it is illegal to solicit prostitution? Muchen asked suddenly. It's not illegal. Flanders asked. That's right. Since it's not against the law, Ma Hongjun can rely on prostitution to vent his evil fire. If I'm not mistaken, Ma Hongjun, every time your body is satisfied, your soul power will be greatly improved, right? Muchen asked. Yes. Ma Hongjun nodded. That's it. To become a titled Douluo, there is such a shortcut, why take a rugged road? Muchen asked back. Muchen knew that Ma Hongjun was not a diligent practitioner. If Ma Hongjun continued to practice as in the storyline, he would still have to settle for the second best and obtain the position of the second-level god Phoenix God. Since Ma Hongjun is Muchen's future partner, Muchen feels it is necessary to help this partner. Chapter 39 Muchen's Opinion. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Dean. Ma Hongjun looked at Flanders expectantly. No. Flanders refused, if you continue like this, sooner or later you will fall. The improvement of your soul power will make you feel too simple. If things go on like this, you will become an evil soul master out of control. Dean, what is evil and what is righteous? Muchen asked reluctantly. This. Flanders didn't know how to respond for a moment. When you are in a high position, you are always thinking about plundering people's wealth. Is this justice? Muchen asked. Of course this is not justice, Flanders replied. Is a butcher who sells pork every day and often helps the poor and beggars evil? Muchen asked again. Flanders. Whether a person is righteous or evil depends on his heart. A righteous heart is righteous, and an evil heart is evil. Seeing Flanders nodding in agreement, Muchen added, if you let Ma Hongjun continue, indulge him evil fire. I have 2 secret skills here that can control the mind very well. Really? Flanders asked in surprise. Yeah. Muchen nodded. Flanders hesitated again. Dean. Ma Hongjun looked at Flanders pitifully. Okay. Muchen will be responsible for your future state of mind cultivation. Flanders finally compromised. Looking at Muchen, it was hard to imagine that the words just now came from the mouth of a 12-year-old child. Soul power plus 360. Due to Flanders' shock, Muchen's soul power suddenly increased by 360 points. Muchen, no, Boss Mu. It was my fault before, and I apologize to you. Please teach me how to control my mind. Ma Hongjun looked very excited. He was finally able to control his damn evil fire. He was finally able to go to those places of fireworks to look for flowers like Oscar and Dai Mubai. Although Ma Hongjun lost a flower from Du Dan, what he gained was the entire flower bush. I have two methods of mind control. One is called Bingshin Ju, and the other is called Mahaprajnaparamita Heart Sutra. Which one do you want to learn? Muchen asked. I want to learn both. Ma Hongjun said without even thinking about it. You are greedy. Okay, come find me tomorrow morning. Muchen responded with a smile. Okay, thank you Boss Mu. Ma Hongjun was not worried and called Muchen boss instead. Muchen, do you have any good opinions on other people's training? Flender asked. Since the dean asked me to speak, I will just say a few random words. Muchen's eyes fell on Dai Mubai and said, Dai Mubai, if I guess correctly, your evil-eyed white tiger has the same effect as Ma Hongjun. It's for this reason that you like to go to those places with fireworks, isn't it? Dai Mubai said nothing and glanced at Zhu Zhuqing. Zhu Zhuqing, who had a cold personality, always stared at Muchen. Yes. Dai Mubai nodded. If someone truly loves you, he will love everything about you. If the other person is still holding a grudge, it only means that the other person does not love you enough. Muchen pointedly poured poisonous soup for Dai Mubai. In order to attack Zhu Zhuqing, Muchen also put his mind into it. He added, my opinions on Dai Mubai's training methods are the same as Ma Hongjun's. No need. I won't go to that kind of place again. Dai Mubai immediately interrupted without waiting for Muchen to finish. He glanced at Zhu Zhuqing, but Zhu Zhuqing was not moved at all, and kept staring at Muchen. As for Oscar, I think he should be trained like Ning Rongrong to be a soul master who can attack when advancing and defend when retreating. Muchen continued without paying attention to Dai Mubai's words. I am willing to accept your training. Oscar looked at Flender, saw Flender nodded slightly, and replied without any worry. Oscar, you misunderstood. I will not train you personally. I will tell Zhao Wuji the training method and let him train you personally. Muchen said calmly. What, Teacher Zhao? Oscar exclaimed, suddenly having a very bad feeling in his heart. Okay, no problem. Zhao Wuji replied without thinking. Then, now only Zhu Zhuqing and Tang San are left. Flanders said. Tang San is very good. It's enough for you to train with the dean. Muchen said calmly, looking at Tang San. He knew that Tang San had the Tang sect's unique skills and there was no need for him to train him. Immediately, his eyes fell on Zhu Zhuqing, and he said calmly, as for Zhu Zhuqing, I haven't thought about it yet. I will tell you when I figure it out. Okay. Flanders nodded happily. He also wanted to try and see if, under Muchen's guidance, he could make the little monsters in Shrek Academy become as good as Muchen. Flanders is not stupid, he has already made up his mind. If he felt that the training method was not working, the worst possible outcome would be to cancel Muchen's training. Now, you are the only one left. Ning Rongrong, are you willing to accept training from Muchen? Flanders asked. Ning Rongrong looked at Flanders and then at Muchen. Touching her buttocks with both hands, she still felt strong resistance to Muchen's training. Ning Rongrong hesitated. Little girl, to tell you the truth, I owe this injury to him. Seeing that Ning Rongrong was still hesitating, Zhao Wuji whispered in Ning Rongrong's ear, "What?" Ning Rongrong looked at Zhao Wuji in surprise. As the eldest lady of the Qibao glazed sect, Ning Rongrong already knew the identity of Zhao Wuji. Zhao Wuji was the evil king Fudo Ming in the Soul Master world. Zhao Wuji is a soul saint. How could that young man who looked like a gangster beat Zhao Wuji like this? Ning Rongrong was shocked. Soul power plus 1,300. Due to Ning Rongrong's shock, Muchen gained another 1,300 soul power points. I am willing. Ning Rongrong finally compromised. She wanted to see what soul skills Muchen could pass on to her. He even claimed that he could give her the ability to protect herself. Ding dong. Congratulations, one of the Shrek 7 devils is willing to accept your teaching. Reward skill point, 1 point. Reward soul power, 8,000 points. Ding dong. System warm reminder, the hidden task completion rate has reached 1/7, please keep up the good work. The more Shrek 7 devils you teach, the richer the reward you will get in the end. Name, Muchen, age, 12 years old, level 35, 12800/99,000, martial soul, chaos sword, soul ring, purple, black, soul skills, melody of the awakening earth, roar of flames, sigh of the goddess of ice and snow, skill points, 5 points, mystical power, 1 Magatama Sharingan, self-created soul skills, 8 extreme collapse, secondary dark power, 1,000 years of killing, blowing fire palm, entry level, suction palm, entry level, items, 9 detonating talismans, soul bone. External soul bone, 8 spider lance, money, 30 bronze soul coins, 15,000 gold soul coins. Chapter 40 The Terrifying Golden Finger. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. The night in Shrek Academy was too quiet. When the moon rises above Lu Zhao's head, the original sounds of wind and cicadas seem to have disappeared, and only a few birds' whining sounds can be heard from time to time in the empty air. In the back hill of Shrek Academy, a man and a woman were sitting on the edge of the cliff. The woman has a black scorpion braid hanging down over her hips, and her pretty little face is white and rosy. The man has healthy wheat-colored skin, black hair and black eyes. Brother, aren't you worried that she will hate you because of how you treated Ning Rongrong today, or even want to kill you? Xiao Wu asked. If she doesn't want to kill me, then she is not Ning Rongrong. Muchen said lightly. Knowing everything about Douluo, Muchen knew Ning Rongrong's personality. Muchen treated Ning Rongrong like that during the day, how could Ning Rongrong not hate her? Once Dai Mubai scolded Ning Rongrong, and Ning Rongrong wanted to kill Dai Mubai. What's more, Muchen also stole Ning Rongrong's chrysanthemum during the day. Then will she come to the back mountain tonight and follow your teachings? Xiao Wu asked. If she doesn't come, then she is not Ning Rongrong. Muchen smiled confidently and looked in one direction from the corner of his eyes. There was a girl there, walking slowly towards this side. He said calmly, look, it's here. Seeing the dark shadow coming, Muchen and Xiao Wu stood up from the edge of the cliff. As the girl continued to move forward, the moonlight fell on her body. She has neat, ear-length short hair, skin as tender as a lychee, a delicate face, and is about 1.65 meters tall. It was Ning Rongrong. Ning Rongrong looked at Muchen and remained silent. Here we come. Muchen asked. Ning Rongrong remained silent. Do you know what kind of self-protection soul skills I will teach you tonight? Muchen asked. Ning Rongrong shook his head. The name of this soul skill I'm teaching you is called Bengji Ba. Muchen said. Ha! Ning Rongrong frowned slightly and looked at Muchen with eyes full of disgust. Oh no, it's called Baji Collapse. After practicing to the Mahayana realm, the boxing technique can contain 8 levels of dark power. If it is used by a titled Douluo, the dark power will burst out and the world will collapse. Muchen explained awkwardly. Ning Rongrong looked at Muchen questioningly. Let me demonstrate it first. After Muchen finished speaking, he walked to a 5 to 6 ton boulder on the edge of the cliff. Muchen's thoughts moved, and his soul power surged. He closed his eyes, then opened them suddenly. The fist in his hand hit the boulder next to him, Baji collapsed and Muchen's fist rubbed the air. In the dimly lit night, tiny sparks lit up, boom boom, hearing two dark energies, the 5 to 6 ton boulder exploded and turned into countless fragments. Ning Rongrong. Ning Rongrong was dumbfounded. Muchen had never used his martial spirit before, but he actually exploded with such terrifying attack power, soul power plus 666. Due to Ning Rongrong's shock, Muchen gained another 666 points of soul power. Want to learn? Muchen asked with a slightly raised corner of his mouth. Yes. Ning Rongrong finally spoke up and nodded heavily. In Ning Rongrong's opinion, if she could obtain this self-created soul skill, would she still need to practice endurance to escape on the battlefield? No. Not just her, but if all the members of the Qibao Glazed Tile sect practice such soul skills, the strength of the Qibao Glazed Tile sect will be greatly increased. Ning Rongrong has decided that he must give this soul skill to the master. When she returns to the Qibao Glazed sect, she will teach this soul skill to her father and her clan members. Okay, take off your clothes. Muchen ordered. Ah. Ning Rongrong looked at Muchen in surprise. If you want to learn this soul skill, then take off your clothes. Muchen said again. What did you say? Ning Rongrong glared at Muchen, who actually asked her to take off her clothes. My soul skill has very strict requirements on physical conditions. To perform this soul skill, you need a strong body. Otherwise, before the enemy is killed by you, you will be seriously injured by your own soul skill first. Muchen explained. Is there no other way? Ning Rongrong asked with great resistance in her heart. No. Stop talking nonsense. It's not cold. Why are you wearing 2 pieces of clothing? Take off 1 piece. You'll need to go back to bed after finishing your work. Muchen urged. Just take off 1 piece. Ning Rongrong asked. Yes, otherwise what do you think? Muchen asked. I thought. Ning Rongrong's face turned red. Wokeo, what are you thinking about in your girl's head all day long? Can you think of something more serious? Don't be a waste, just take off your clothes if you want to learn. If you don't want to learn, tell me earlier so that I can go back to sleep. Muchen scolded Ning Rongrong. Ning Rongrong was speechless. Muchen used 1,000 years kill on her during the day and asked her to take off her clothes at night. The matter was not explained clearly. He also scolded her for what she was thinking, but the key was that she had to take off her clothes. Are you really naked? Ning Rongrong glanced at Muchen and asked. Forget it, it seems you don't really want to learn. Xiao Wu, let's go back to sleep. Muchen said calmly. No, I'll take it off. Ning Rongrong said quickly. He gently took off his outer coat. Okay, I'm going to get started. Muchen thought, and with a flick of his finger, he took out a whip from the ring's soul guide, whip. Ning Rongrong looked stunned, while Ning Rongrong was still thinking about why Muchen took out the whip. The whip in Muchen's hand had already fallen towards her body. Ah! Ning Rongrong cried out in pain. What are you doing? I'm helping you to strengthen your body, Muchen replied. Do you rely on this? Ning Rongrong said in surprise. Yes. This is the most direct and fastest way to see results. In a month at most, you will be able to learn my self-created soul skill. If you want to regret and terminate my training now, it's still in time. After all, you are the eldest daughter of the 7 Treasures Glazed Tile sect and you can't bear this hardship. Muchen said in a mocking and provocative tone. In order to prevent Ning Rongrong from really terminating his training, Muchen also tricked Ning Rongrong. Who said that? Isn't that right? Come on. Ning Rongrong really fell into Muchen's trap and replied stubbornly, snap-dum snap-dum snap-dum. The crisp sound of the whip falling, coupled with Ning Rongrong's painful groan, broke the silence of the back mountain. In order to really hurt Ning Rongrong, Muchen's whip was not the kind used by prisoners for torture. The whip was relatively wide, which could prevent Ning Rongrong from being beaten to pieces. At the same time, it could also achieve the effect of tempering the body. After about half an hour of beating, Muchen stopped whipping. Looking at Ning Rongrong, who was subdued and obedient in front of him, Muchen felt proud. He really subdued Ning Rongrong with his wisdom, soul power plus 6. Soul power plus 6. Soul power plus 6. While continuing to help Ning Rongrong temper her body, Muchen was pleasantly surprised to find that almost every time the whip fell, he would gain 8 points of soul power. Beating people can actually gain soul power.